Hi, and welcome back to 1911 Woodworks. In today's video, I'll be showing you something that you requested. So let's get started. Before I get started on today's video, I'd like to say a big thank you to everybody who's subscribed so far. I've released a few videos now and I've been blown away by the reaction that I've had from them. I think I'm up to 215 subscribers at the moment, and I want to keep that growing. I want to keep releasing these videos because I really enjoy making them for you. There's been a hell of a lot of likes as well, which I'm thankful for, and a lot of positive comments, which I do respond to all your comments and react to them. So keep them comments coming as well. And there are some comments in particular where people have been asking if I can show them how I make the jig that I use to build this tree and this star. So I'll leave a link in the description to the videos for these two, but in today's video I'm going to show you how I make that jig. Before you get started with any cuts, you want to take the brad nail or whatever you're using, push the tip in as far as it'll go, and then measure the depth. So for me, I've already measured mine and it's 2 centimeters. So I'm going to get a piece of wood with a nice straight edge, and I'm going to run it down table saw, cutting strips at 1.5 centimeters. So I know there's enough room there for me to be able to push my brad nailer up and fight nails in, and know that my nails are going to be going all the way in, and it's not going to be awkward. I'm not having to tilt my brad nailer at awkward angles and that to fire them in. So do that first, and then whatever measurement you've got, cut your strips of wood, and then we can move on to the next part. I've got my strips cut now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to my miter saw. I'm going to set the angle at 30 degrees, which is the angle that I use when I'm building my star and my tree. I'm then going to cut 8 pieces, no longer than 7 centimeters. It just needs to be enough to be able to actually hold your pieces in place whilst you're nailing together. So I'm going to do that now. So I've got my pieces cut, so I'm going to put them to one side for now, and I'm just going to take this piece of wood and I'm going to cut 2 pieces as I would do if I was going to be making the star or the tree. So my miter saw is already set at 30 degrees. I'm going to cut 2 pieces, and that's going to then enable me to use that to use as a guide when making the jig and putting the jig together. Right, so that's my 8 pieces cut jig. That's my 2 pieces cut that I'd use for a star. I've rooted around my scrap pile and I found this nice piece of hardwood ply. So I'm going to use this to attach my 8 pieces on to make the jig. I mean, it don't matter what wood you use on it. What's important is that basically is the piece of wood that you're using is flat. If it's all bowed and warped, you're probably not going to get the best results, because using a nice flat piece of wood, when you're putting both your pieces of wood and you're pushing them down, it's going to make sure that they're going to be perfectly level. So yeah, I just recommend that use some plywood. The jig that I use on the videos when I made the star and the tree, that was just made out of a piece of offcut from a bit from a kitchen that I fitted. So I yeah, I'll just keep bits and bats like that, because you never know when they come in handy. But yeah, just make sure it's flat. I'm going to line my first 2 pieces up first. So the first piece I'm going to put on, I'm going to get it perfectly level with the edge of my board, and then I'm going to match the angle up like that. So now them 2 pieces are fixed in place, my first piece that I would usually put in for my star, it's got that perfect angle. So try and show you that on camera. So it just goes in perfectly. Now that's in place, I could take my second piece that I'd usually be gluing onto, And now I can take another piece of that, cut it, that's what I cut. So that's nice and tight. There's no wiggle room in that. The other one would actually slide in, and I mean that technically would be enough, but I just like to add another one on, so it's just that added support going all the way up. And then that's your first part of the jig done. Right, so I'm going to do the side of the jig now. That's going to be used for fixing these acute angles together. So to start off with, you're going to need to put one of your pieces on the very end, so your small piece is just flush with the board that you've chose, and then we're just going to nail that in place. Like so. And then I'm just going to put that in place like that. So it's like roughly in place. Take another one of your small pieces, and then we can then put that and just nail that in place. And now you've got two pieces that you can use as a bit of a support for putting your next couple of pieces on. So now that is just going to go in place like that. And now you've got that all in place, you can go ahead then, take that piece out, holding it firmly in place, and firing some nails for the final part. And then that's that. And then what I'm going to do is, like that bit that's overlapping board, I'm just going to trim that off so it just looks nice and neat. And then that's the jig complete. I've also trimmed off where the board was stuck out here. I've trimmed that off at the 30-degree cut that I'd already got set on my miter saw, just so that it's perfectly flush with this small piece that I nailed into place, allowing me to get in with nail gun then. But yeah, that is basically the jig complete, and then I'll show you how it works. Now the jig's complete, let's show you how it works. So that is now the jig complete, straightforward. So if you want to give it a go and have a go at making some stars, I really hope you enjoy doing that. And as I promised, I'm going to show you now what I'll be making in my next video, and it's this lovely rustic looking Christmas tree, a nice piece of decor that you can stick in the middle of your table or put it on a shelf or wherever you like. Stunning, it looks stunning. So also, if you can please smash that like button and subscribe, it really help me out, help the channel grow, and also hit that notification bell, so every time a video drops you'll know about it. And also keep them comments coming. Absolutely love reading your comments, and I love engaging with with you all. So until next time, this has been 1911 Woodworks, and thank you for watching.